Yeah, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 queens. I, I can't imagine what he would do with these. I guess he could creep up the map, but he can also transfuse his mutas. A couple of them need it. But other than that, they aren't very good fighters, especially against Thors. I'm not sure what his plan is for those, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. We have something going up here. Infestation Pit, so he's probably going for a Hive Tech. Neither Omnispective nor I really make good use of spell units, so I imagine he's going for Hive Tech. But I may be wrong. We have Flyer attacks come in, and against the Thors, I mean, you don't necessarily want to upgrade your mutas. But he's getting Hive Tech, so we might see some Broodlords. More likely we'll see some Ultralisks, though, which are just great at smashing up everything. And the Hammer is pretty tough, but Javelin missile launchers are just insane. 4 attacks. It's absolutely obscene. Thors are pretty OP. And we don't have any larvae going down for 12 queens. You know, you'd think you had... Oh, never mind. I take my words back. He's right on that. I'm breaking down the rocks for his next expansion. Very good. Blue really needs to shift some SCVs over. I mean, it's not like he needs the minerals. He has 2,500 there. But just to keep saturation up, he should main art his SCVs up to his expansion, which isn't the natural. I don't actually know what this is called. This high ground expansion, maybe? I think I'll just call it his high ground expansion, just so we don't confuse it with his natural. And Omni is also getting his high ground expansion. And really, for your Zerg, you need to stay 1 or 2 bases ahead of a Terran or Protoss player, just to keep up, because their units are so much stronger. It's not even funny. Your strength lies in the ability to make lots and lots of little units. We do have some Corruptors on the way, and since the Terran doesn't even have a starport, I don't think he does anyway. Nope, no starport. I imagine those are going to be Broodlords someday. The Hive is done. We are not getting a Greater Spire though, so I might be wrong, but I don't see what Corruptors... I guess he could use Corruption on them. The Thors, that is, and run some Speedlings in, but he doesn't have any Speedlings on the way. He just has these dozen queens, which I think are just so funny. They're just sort of chilling out in their nests. We have a nice little harass here going on. Looks like Blue's going to lose quite a few SCVs and a bunch of mules. It's a nice little pickup for Omnispective. Ego, if you can just leave a couple Thors up there, because he's not attacking, you might as well leave 1 or 2 Thors by each command center. Then that should negate the muta attacks. And this is a little odd. I'm not sure why Omnispective is breaking down these rocks. This sort of makes it easier for the Thors to chase them if they ever get down here. But maybe as some sort of surprise attack thing coming up. Maybe he wants to Nidus Worm in here. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what he does with that. We have a nice little flock of Corruptors. They look so silly with their tentacles waving back and forth. They just really look ridiculous. There's the Greater Spire. There we go. So Broodlords will be on the way in a little over a minute game time, probably around 45 seconds real time. We should see some Broodlords come out, and they are just so epic. The only Terran counter to them are Vikings, and there's no starport here. You'd have a sentry tower going up, and you don't see a lot of those in most games, but they are pretty handy, just to give you a heads up if something's in the fog of war. Hide and wait to attack, you get to know that it's there. Let us see what is going on in these base. We have more extractors coming up, more corruptors being made, more drones. Pretty standard stuff. The Mutalisks have finished their rock destroying job, and it doesn't look like they're doing much else. They're just sort of chilling there. Mutalisks just look so silly too. What is with the Zerg flying units? The Zerg ground units look awesome. Queens look a little funny, but they look pretty cool. Sort of spidery caterpillar things. But, I mean, these are just... I don't even know how to describe these. They're just sort of seas. Anyway, they're done with their rock destroying and they just want to take a break. We have some Broodlords coming in for Omni, and that is a lot of Thors. Very scary force. If Omni stays on the high ground, he can take out these Thors, but if not, the Thors are going to have the clear advantage if there's a group of 5 of them, and they are at 2-3 upgrades. And the Broodlords are at 0-1. They're going to have some serious trouble unless they abuse the high ground or areas like, hanging off into space. Or jungle, whatever it is. But it looks like the Thor is... there's a second sensor tower that sees the Mutalisks. Thors are going to come and attack. Ow. I felt that Zerg's pain. I have some SCVs here to just keep the Thors prepared. Always a good idea. If you are a Terran, specializing in Thors. Oh my god. That was just gruesome. That's like 3 or 4 mutas died instantly there. God, the Thor is so strong. You don't want to let the Terran macro up and get a bunch of Thors, because then, I mean, look at that. Their weaker attack is the ground, and it still does 2 shots of 40 damage each at level 3. That is just absolute massive damage. Okay, so it looks like Ego is going to be marching in here, and Omni doesn't really have an answer to this. He just has a bunch of queens. God, I just think his queens are hilarious. Oh my, they're just flattering. That is just nasty. Even the larva is going down almost instantly. But Omni is moving out with quite a few Broodlords. The Corruptors are in a little bit of trouble. You can use Corruption on the Thors, that'd be kind of handy. Doesn't look like he's gonna though. The Broodlords are having a pretty easy time of it by themselves though. The Corruptors are turning into more Broodlords. They could have corrupted right before they transformed, made better use of that energy. It looks like Omni's natural has been destroyed, and Ego really needs to just keep pushing here with his forces. Because I mean, even if he pulls them back, he's not going to get here in time to help out these guys. So yeah, that's exactly what he did. He's going for the rest of the base, and this may turn into a bit of a base race here. Although that is a lot of Thors, I might be able to pull this off. But some good focus fire from Omni. And you can't really land too much splash damage on Broodlords. They space themselves out really nicely. They're just very big. Yeah, they're classified as massive. So these Thors are actually falling away pretty quickly. I'm not sure what Ego can do with that. This really looks like it's turning into a base race. And if Omni can hide like a hatchery down here, or if he can fly an Overlord and drop some creep, he can just, drop a spine crawler down here for a nice cheap one. Looks like the mutas have cleaned up his high ground expansion, and we have just sort of a pro Broodlord hanging back here with the Overlords. He's like, you know what? My other Broodlord friends have got this under control. I can just sort of sit back, let them have the fun. And that is exactly how Omnispective views team games of Starcraft 2. That's a nearly dead Broodlord there. He's just like, you know what? My allies have this. I'm not going to bother to help. I mean, they can take my units if they want to, but for the most part, I can just sort of sit back and watch. It's all good. So, in honor of that, we are going to name this Broodlord Omnispective. Look, it even has a name tag. I mean, how could you not name it that? And it is just going to chill here for the rest of the game, probably, with its big ol' mouth open, flapping up and down, while the rest of its Broodlord teammates take out this Terran base. And, oh, it looks like Ego missed this expansion here. I guess because he didn't see the creep, he figured there was nothing up there. And, oh, Omni has expanded down here, I guess hoping to extend the duration of his game time, just to give him more time to destroy the Terran space. And the Terran has brought his command center down here too. That's kind of funny. But neither is probably going to have time to go up. We have Mutas moving down here, probably going to take out this command center around the same time that this one could lift off there, and then Mutas would have quite a hard time taking out both of them. And this expansion is now completely gone. but he has still missed this one. It's just mining strong. And wow, that's a lot of resources. He could technically, I guess, he lost his Greater Spire. He has another hatchery going up to mine those 65 minerals. Very good use. It looks like the Thors and Hellions are going to try to move down here to grab this hatchery, but he just ran right by this one, and that is a shame. And it looks like the Terran's base is just about dead. I don't see any other buildings for him. He isn't flying any or anything. So I think these 2 refineries are all he has left. We can check out Omni's view. Yep, that is the only thing he has left. So as soon as he takes out this refinery, that should be a good game. It was a good base race there. Broodlords just totally ripped through everything. Yep, that is the end. If Omni keeps this up, he might wind up in Platinum or Diamond for 1v1. And that could lead to some very interesting matches. Alright, this was a 1v1 on Kulas Ravine. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.